You got me singing in my head. What's up, everybody? Welcome, welcome. Let me see. Is this mic on? I am totally not prepared. Hi, everybody in the chat. Woot, woot. No name D. I feel like, yep, my mic is definitely not on. Uno momento. Por favito. Un moment. There we go. Okay, checkity, check, checkity, check, checkity, check, checkity, check. There we go. I don't know if you can hear me, but I can hear me. There we go. Much better. Okay, can you guys hear me? Yeah. Mic is good? Good. Mic, check, 1, 2. Thank you guys for being here. Welcome to a little show recap, chit chat, and Q&A with Lara FM. Okay, hold on. This is all twisted. I was trying to be cute. Also, I think my chair is too low. Or maybe it's this huge sign that's making me feel so small, like Scientology's behind me. How awesome is this poster, guys? How awesome. It's a huge, I keep going. It's a huge, like, what do you call this? Like canvas. Look at how big this is. We're going to be using this for the pop-up child bride protests that we've been doing. Isn't that effing awesome? Thank you, Mr. You know who you are. Davy. Not the Davy from the Space Navy. Okay, we're just gonna chill in here a bit, guys. How much fun did you? I see some of the people in the chat that were at the show. How much fun did we have? How much fun did we have? It must just be me. We'll see. I may have Serge jump in if Serge wants to jump in. The one and only Serge Del Mar. If Selfless, our drummer, isn't that dope, babe? Scott says. Dope ass canvas. Oh, let me not ruin it. There, you got to get that. Got to get the top of that in there. Here, I can adjust. I see some of y'all that were at the show last night and how cool it was. So let's talk about the show really quick. We played the 3 clubs. I was going to play some fun music in the background. We'll see if I get to that yet. First, I'm going to light up my little J-Jong here. We played 3 clubs. It was a new stage and a new lighting and setting. So obviously some of the people live here saw the obviously not so great audio when it comes out of the camera, but y'all know when you come to the live show, that's the only time you're going to really see and hear the real cool audio of life, you know? That's when you're going to see it, hear it visually without a camera being recorded and some sounds and bass gargling, and you don't get to hear and see the live show until you go see a live Lara FM show. Should I just remove this? I was trying to be funny or, ironic with the bow tie, wedding kind of vibe. Babe, put in the chat if you like it. Should I keep the bow tie? What do you think? So yeah, the show was super fun, but it was late. And you know what? The truth is everybody there was really cool. Hold on. Let me adjust this. Everybody, the sound people and everybody was just behind, but the venue is awesome. No tie. Okay. Getting it off. The venue was awesome. The people there working on everything, Dish, the sound guy, and Miles, the guy who's doing lighting, and the fog, how they got everything set up was a bit late. Everything was late, but honestly, they had a whole brand new stage, a whole brand new system, and like a whole new vibe and a crew there. It's still the same place. Of course, it's the 3 clubs. It's been around there forever on Vine Street. I've actually played there in my old band, Little Red Radio, when it was a small little stage. They had this huge room, but this like small stage, and like not even a stage. It was like a step up. It was like literally like a stool like this. But it was really awesome. It was super badass. And the people that were there got some really good footage and audio of the whole vibe. So hopefully I'll be able to catch some of that. Yes, the videos playing was badass. So then Miles also put on the guy there, like he was so cool because I'm always like, okay, I don't want to bug anybody. I just want to show up, do my show, and support the venue and the crowd and be there and support the other bands and whatever, right? Have a fun show and express my message and self and enjoy myself. That's like the whole point, is the band to just enjoy themselves and be in that fun little vibe of like being able to have our feels. So yeah, the sound guy, sound guy was awesome. Everything was a little bit late. Sawtooth, I guess, was sponsoring the venue and the night. That night there was their soft sort of opening. So yeah, we went on, but we went on, and when we did, the sound was super awesome. The lighting, they put the projection, Miles, the lighting, who's running the lighting and the fog, he kept kind of asking me like, well, give me the thing, and if it works out, we, at least it can get it in and plugged in and going. And hold on, let me light my joint, guys. Let me enjoy my little moment, my little chit chat with you, like you're in my living room. Allegedly. So it was just really fun. They put the USBs of projections that I had made a little bit ago with like really cool like pictures, ballet, my just projections of me doing footage of ballet and old from music videos and other footage that I had taken, that I had done ballet stuff representing my mom and a life before Scientology and things like that. And I had put them all in, like my life filming shots and things in the desert, just certain things that just remind me of my childhood and things like that. So yeah, it was super fun. That was all playing on all the different things, like all around the whole venue. So it felt really cool, and the lighting and everything was mystical and foggy, and of course everybody was patiently waiting. And when it finally did start, it was really cool. I had so much fun. Serge was amazing. Selfless. Thank you guys all for helping get Selfless out here. You guys know who you are. Most of y'all in the chat did what you're so sweet. And the way you guys help is so sweet. It's not just in the chat. It's not just with the money. You make sure you follow through with it all. You're like, you show up. You're like, oh, good. The people I invited, you guys are so sweet for popping up. I was like, hey, don't know if you know, got a show. Boom. See your faces. I'm like performing on stage. That's so beautiful. I just love that. You guys know who you guys are. You guys all know who you are. So I really loved it. The show was super awesome. We're definitely going to play that venue again. I loved it. The sound, everything is great. I think we handled on all levels. I even think the venue handled everything really well for all of it being new and just staying on top of it, even though everybody was behind. They just we all kind of just gave in and understood that what was going on. So that was really fun. Thank you, everybody who came. You guys are super freaking awesome. And while I'm here, take a little, oh yeah, let me put on a little bit of music, because that's what I like. I'll put a little of Lara FM music. I feel like I want to start putting a little bit of, I want to have my little Lara FM playlist of music that is my music in the background, because, keeps my little Lara FM vibe going. And so that way I can still think with you guys and still enjoy the chat without having to feel the need of like, like rushing or having, what do they call that? Space, time, air, hot air, whatever, when you're like not talking. And on the, you have stickers in your purse, you better. Oh yes. See, I want to show the stickers. Okay. See? This is why chat is so important. What? Dead air. Dead air. Yes, thank you. Dead air. We do not want dead air, or I don't really care. I like dead air, but some people get uncomfortable. But I love having my music in the background a little bit when I'm talking about my life and my music and everything. It just makes sense, and it puts me in the vibe, and it also reminds me of things. I'm like, oh yeah, when I wrote this. And you guys love that, because then I somehow end up explaining everything without having to write a fucking book where society can listen and hear it straight. It's like there's no way to just, everybody in the chat, dead air. Okay, I get it. It's very rare that there's dead air on the Lara FM show. Okay, so now let's see if I put this on. Let's go to Ooh, what is this? Oh, that was a live show. Cool. Okay, let's try this for starts. And oh, that's cute. Ooh. Oh, good. It won't interrupt because it's also the random lives. Good. Sorry, guys. So yeah, the show was super fun, and everybody who came out, and there was people who'd never even heard of me who came out, and there were people who came out. Thank you for the people who came out who had never met me and said, "No, I came to see you," and I was like all shocked, like, "Oh, what? You came to see LFM?" They're like, "Yeah, we've been watching you and supporting you on YouTube." They're like, "Before you even did the Scientology protesting," so that was really fun. Let me get this right here. So we're going to keep doing that. Another thing is also I have an upcoming show, which I'm good. Got that going. See? It's much better. Expressive SP. Smoking with y'all, Kathy. All right, let me light it up. Somebody is searching for the right. I feel like I should leave it here. Can you guys hear that okay? Or is it overpowering my voice? That can't happen. Overpowering me? My voice? I can turn it down too. I put these cute little bride barrette braids to match my whole brides. No more brides feel. Woo! The hair is giving. Did I just mess it up? I gotta do the roots soon. Gotta bleach. Gotta put a little blonde highlighter. Sometimes I like the roots because they kind of match my eyebrows. So, okay, so I'm gonna let this play. Cheers, everybody. Happy 420. So the people who came, the venue was super amazing. I loved the people who showed up. I loved the people who came that were a little shy to come say hi to me. Thank you, Cid Smith, for bringing your gorgeous energy and your pure energy and your like. I have like you like when I hugged you, it was like I really felt like Cid Smith like had just dropped all like there was so much baggage that we both had baggage, but it was so nice to see her like fresh and just like happy and like lighter. She just seemed so much lighter. It was so beautiful. So thank you, Cece, for coming, and thank you for your partner and your sweet family you brought along. I think I saw somebody taking photos. Maybe we'll be able to see some of those. That would be really cool. That was super fun. The whole space was great. And also to be able to, I wonder if I'm able to, or maybe, you know what? Hey, D, if you have any photos or pictures, if you text them to me now quick, I can even just, I honestly I haven't seen any footage really. I posted a few things that some people I saw post on Instagram, and then I was like back doing things, and I didn't even finish posting the other stories on Instagram of the show. But it was super fun and super sweet. And yeah, we had Selfless Self fucking just completely so clean and perfect on those drums. He just knows. He feels like my drummer. He's been like my drummer. Like it just feels like we've been a band already for 5 years. Like it's so weird. And yeah, thank you, Selfless, for putting so much time and effort and coming in strong. And of course, how amazing was that to have Serge Del Mar on the stage? That was so great. I feel like there's just so much growth and we're learning so much, and we're getting clearer with not having to put the image for other people of what we want, of how to get across on things, but what we want other people to like to feel what we've created. We're creating it in the way that we feel it should be done. And it feels cool. It feels cool. I keep looking at my little pompadour pomp here. I messed it all up. Let me redo this. So yeah, it was super fun. And then not only that, we had Selfless. We had Selfless here for 3 or 4 days. And I hope Serge will jump in. I want to talk about what we did, what me, Selfless, and Serge did. We had a mission we wanted, or my mission, I should say. I definitely had a mission in my head, a vision of being able to go to the Mama Shelter Hotel, which was in 1986 called the Wilcox Hotel. And it was where I was born. You guys will know that if you've followed some of my wild little videos I've done here. I was born there, and we, out of magic, literally magic, because like we didn't have the room. I was going to get 512, but you know, I was just like, you know, I have to book in advance. I'm supposed to be booking in advance. And anyways, there's no reason that I should have been able to get that room 516 that I was actually born in, and being in that hotel and being in the place where, I don't know, I just felt like I didn't have any control of even being allowed to talk about where I was born, let alone being in the room where I was born, in room 516 at the Wilcox Hotel, recording So Suppressive and recording new vocals and new poems and new theatrical stage performances with Serge and Selfless Self in the room that I was born. It's incredible. So we definitely recorded all we were on a roll. It was so nice to also see Serge Delmar, to be in his zone and like recording and expressing the ways we were like. So that's a lot of that. We're going to show a lot of that. Also is going to be coming through in the live pop-up shows. We've been doing the No More Child brides in Scientology, like pop-up sort of fun. I don't even know. I don't like to like categorize it in any box, because the way me and Serge do things, we just create them, put them there, and some of it's uncomfortable and some of it looks good, and then you're going through the process, and most of the times you're seeing a creative thing that you're like, oh, I had no idea this was going in this direction, and look at it, it's the outcome is actually working. So it feels nice to be able to do protesting kind of things without having the permission or the ways or the feels or like the judgment almost from like all of society, let alone the lawyers and the Scientology lawyers and people affiliated with law and stuff walking by this art show in front of the courthouses. So it's really cool. I'm super excited for the no more. It's very obviously, it's pretty clear, like no more child brides. That should be just if you're a good mother and a father and a parent, you should know, no, fucking hell no. Is my child going to be married off? Being married to somebody is an adult thing. Like, anyways, I can go on a roll about it. So it should just be a common denominator thing that we all love. The idea that there should be no more child brides in the US, but let alone I can start at least with Scientology. We should say no child brides in religion, no child brides in Scientology, no child brides, period. Kids cannot consent in any religion, in any belief system, to be marrying somebody in a sexual manner. That's what a marriage is. You're marrying, or you're grooming, you're allowing somebody to be part of your life. That's somebody's own choice. A child cannot make that choice. Anyways, I'm going to go on a roll, but what is this? I guess I was going to, no, I was like, I can just do it myself. Okay, good. How old? X-Winner says, Laura, how old do they get married off? It's all different. Here's another thing. Here, I'm going to keep that up. It's all different ages. There's all different ages. The other thing is, it's not just about the age. It's about the grooming. It's about a 12-year-old later thinking, oh, it's going to be so nice to be able to marry this guy, this executive who's 33 and I'm 12 years old. Later, when I'm 16, 17, I'm getting married to this guy who's now 30, whatever. And that's normal because it's been so normal already to the child who's being told they're not a child. They're an adult in a small body. And then they're being normalized, like, oh, we're just talking to normal. So by the time they're 16, they only have a limited amount of people they're allowed to marry. You're not allowed to marry anybody else other than people in the Sea Org. For us, child brides were groomed at ages young, not even technically in the Sea Org, but having parents that are so deeply intertwined mentally and physically with Scientology that their kids are already Scientologists, whether they know they are or not. Like, I don't know how to explain that. Like, they're already doing Scientology things before they can even themselves go, oh, I am a Scientologist. It felt so uncomfortable for me to say, like, for sure that I was a Scientologist, because I thought, like, I had to really understand what that was before just saying, yes, I'm a Scientologist. I remember as a kid being like, am I really a Scientologist or am I pretending to be one? So there's no, yeah, it's so gross. You should never, as a child or a parent, I mean, any parent with children, I would feel like they would never want their child to be to be given they're sitting here giving life, and then they're going to, like, I don't know, it just feels like you're going to now give this child's life away by pawning them off to somebody who clearly wants to have control and manipulation over your child's life. It should never happen, and no child should have a bad parent who allows that. Okay, Pearl, if you're in the chat, can you just ban the little trolls, whoever they are? I'm so bored of them right now. I just have zero interest. Here we go. Another one. Found you. Bye, bitches. Everybody say bye to the bitches. All right. So yeah, I hope that answered that. It's all ages. It's not in it. And at a certain point, yeah, if you've known somebody since you were 12 years old and they are way older, then later when they're 40 and you're older and over the age of 21, it's still the grooming of normalizing. Like, why would you be interested sexually in somebody that is way older than you and that has been having these flows of like sexual attraction because you're working with them on the job, on your post? It's like, it's gross. Oh, thank you, Raised in Scientology. Hi. The courthouse protest was epic. Good. So, oh yeah, here we go. So we got the one and only Serge Delmar. We're gonna have him jump on in. Hi, honey. We're learning.
Good evening, everybody.
Ooh, your mic is so clean and crisp.
White glove.
White glove pass. I was telling them earlier, I don't know if you heard this. I hope you probably jumped in, but I was telling them about what we did at Mama's Shelter and in the room recording and just being able to like be free in art, almost be kids again. And just like, obviously with a more of a non-childhood stance. But to be able to just say everything and yeah.
We joked around in a way, you guys, because Miriam also serendipitously called us. And this is the infamous room where she was essayed as a child. And being in that building was so surreal because especially one thing that was so galling were these stairs, because when all these kids were in this hotel, the elevator didn't work. And when I tell you that there were like 6 flights of steep, hard stairs for anybody, like going five literal floors of steps, that are so inclined, so dangerous, just with a little rail that Laura pointed out. Oh yeah, that was the rail that was there when I was here. Like she remembered holding on to the little rail so that she wouldn't fall down that. It was like 5 steps.
Because so there's like a little, like the black railing, right? That goes, it's a metal steel railing. So it's been there forever. It's been, you can tell it's been painted many times black. But the railing's only like this big, and in between they're the metal bars. So I remember knowing that I could fall through. Literally, my head could fall through the fucking thing all the way down the stairs.
I mean,
So
you were literally born there, so you couldn't have been more small.
And I was like, yeah, I was literally like, I just like running down. I just got used to the stairs, but I was like, as long as I'm holding that, so I don't fall through. Anyways, it's just the weird things that the smell going up to that floor and under whatever clean carpet, how many paints of whatever, there's still a smell that I remembered every time. I'm like, there's this smell. I don't know where it is. If it's 5 layers in the walls or whatever it is, it just doesn't go away. It's this.
The stench of human trafficking doesn't go away, you guys. Breaking news. The stench of human trafficking impregnates walls. It doesn't matter how much paint you throw at it. It doesn't matter how many rebrands you do to the building. It'll still be exactly the hotel where criminal acts were committed. And now we have documentation, and now we have corroboration, and now the kids that survived that nightmare were afforded a chance to see where it all actually happened, because Miriam was shocked to see her room. And it was also so shocking to see how clear was her memory, because she was like, no, go back to the stairs. And then she was like, okay, yep, that's exactly the room. Like she knew exactly how many rooms more from the stairs it was, like her orientation and her level of detail. Like we're talking like she was born just like Laura. Like these kids were there. Well, she wasn't born there, but you know, they were tiny. They were 4-year-old kids. Like this.
Yeah. It's the same, born schmorn. It's the same thing. If your baby is literally reading L. Ron Hubbard things all day long, and that is more important than learning history and the world and the things around you that everybody else gets to know, then your options literally get limited. Your minds get limited. Your thinking gets limited. So it's like,
they knew about the cracks in the ceiling that took place. They knew about the cracks in the ceiling that took place because of the earthquake. And then they were able to be like, oh, they covered it with tile. So they couldn't see the cracks. But there were so many like such searing details in their memories of how the building used to be when they were there. So it was surreal. And then some. I cannot even imagine being born in a hotel room, let alone that one, and that you still had access to it. I mean, it was very, very surreal.
It was crazy. And it was crazy how Miriam was like saying like, okay, wait, she was telling you, go back to the stairwell. Now go left. Okay. 410. Like, she's like, yep, that's the room. It's just so crazy. And I was like, and in my mind, I'm like, I wonder if she's going to know, like if the distance seemed further as a child or not, or if it's like, you know what I mean? Yeah. So,
and again, you guys, when we say hotels, is children get trafficked in hotels. All of these kids were trafficked in hotels. Like we're talking a converted hotel that was so run down, infested with cockroaches everywhere. It was disgusting. Like that's one of the searing memories that these kids also grew up knowing. And imagine like how degrading for a child to be like, you don't matter. Like we have such great things to do at that other hotel that we're going to go work for 12 hours. You can just sit there with all the cockroaches. We'll come get you when, you know, when you're already asleep and then you didn't have any time with your parents. And I mean, the same thing happened in Mexico, because I haven't really spoken about like all the cadet org of Mexico that, I mean, they didn't even call it cadet. Like there was just like, the kids were just like locked up in a room, all with one 16-year-old nanny. And then that's it. Like we were always a problem. Like, and I was talking about that today. And it's like, at one point I remember asking my mother like a real question, like, well, because she was just going off on a power trip, yelling and screaming. And I'm like, well, why did you have me? And then she slapped me, and she got so mad and furious that I asked that question. And, you know, you're so out of ethics, and you're so disgusting, and you're such a degraded being, and you're so down tone, and it's like, they are telling this to 4-year-old kids. There is no difference between the kids and the adults. So whatever they use on themselves as adults, they transfer that to the kids. They make no difference. They make no toning it down. Oh, it's a child. Maybe I don't need to like tell them that they're a degraded being. Maybe I can just wait a little bit longer. Oh, no, no, no. Learn the definition. Oh, you don't understand what a degraded being is? Right here. Let's really clear it for you. When we talk about grooming, this is grooming. Grooming 101. If you're showing a child a photograph of what it looks like, if you're grabbing a doll and then you're like practicing on the doll, that's called MF grooming. And it's like, that's how these kids don't know, because you're being told that this is a this and that is a that, and all this bullshit word salad from the convicted felon is just literally being groomed word for word until you learn their word salad. And that's how they really control you, because it's all the, you know, so-called thought-stopping cliches. You are out ethics. Like, that means nothing to nobody. That only means something for us internal. And it's that so-called internalizing that made everyone feel, oh, we're so superior at this hotel. Oh my God, look at this technology. And really their claim to fame is that they learned word salad from a convicted felon. It couldn't be more stupid. It couldn't be more ridiculous.
Yep. And I would also say that that's why I say there's no real difference between Sea Org children. I mean, there is, but in the end, Sea Org children, Scientology children, they are literally, their brains are pretty much probably doing the same thing, where they're literally like being formed to not have certain information to have for themselves, to take care of themselves, to protect themselves in the future.
You fully dissociate, you guys. It's overload. Yeah. It's overload. You're just dissociate, and you're just like, these are a bunch of weirdos. I don't get what anyone is talking about. I have to pretend that I know, because otherwise I get swallowed up by this bullshit system. So I have to just acquiesce, 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 acquiesce in the most abominable, disgusting things that are indefensible. So for everyone that's wondering, well, maybe it wasn't so indefensible. It's indefensible and then some. So no one needs to start wondering whether it's indefensible or not. It's indefensible, like the poster that you can just see right there. The child brides were on the menu of the hotel. Oh, who? Oh, here's an Italian one. Oh, here's a Colombian one. Do you want a Venezuelan one? We also have a Mexican one over here. Which one do you want? And that's what's being denounced. Like, yes, to us, we thought that, you know, they were doing everything great and wonderful. I mean, they kept telling us, oh, we have amazing attorneys. Don't you worry about it. Everything's legal. And you don't have to talk to attorneys, but we got it all covered. We got the best of the best. So if we had the best of the best, in what world were child brides being sent from, you know, California to Las Vegas in droves? Like literally bust over to Las Vegas. All of you, 10, go marry off. Congratulations, you just scored a child inside of these hotels. One of the many perks that Owen Hubbard made sure all his sycophants would get. So imagine like honey to the bees. All these people are just flowing in there like flies, more like, you know, flies to excrement, really, when you think about it.
Yeah, or the cockroaches and all the, you know, there's every time there's kids talking about it, kids of Scientology talking about just memories they have. That's the number one thing that's always comes up is cockroaches. There was this at cockroaches. It's cockroaches or a lot of mess work, like cleaning.
And we're talking a disgusting amount of cockroaches, you guys. I mean, just as you're saying cockroaches, I just remembered one of the memories that Serge shared with me was that he was made. Imagine he was kept in a room in the underneath the blue building where there was like an infestation of them, like they were literally just running everywhere. And he says that he had to like crush cockroaches, crush them for hours, crushing cockroaches. Like,
I don't like to talk about it.
Everybody hears about like, oh yeah, the toothbrush in the bathroom, ha ha ha. Number one, is not funny, it's disgusting. So a lot of like, ha ha ha, oh, it was a toothbrush. children with a toothbrush in a bathroom should nauseate anybody. But then on top of that, then Serge was sent, oh yeah, all the way down there to Big Blue to stomp on cockroaches, just squash them one by one and just stay there doing that. He said he would do that for hours. And it like almost drove him like crazy because it was so disgusting. Just cockroaches just on the floor, just running everywhere. Like you couldn't squash them. Like there would be no end to them.
Yep. And that's how it was at the ATA. That's how it was at the CEO, whatever they want to call it. Wherever we were, it was literally behind gates, behind metal fencing with like tarps, or behind literal gates behind hotels where you can't see what's going on. And even if you hear things, it sounds like things that would be at a hotel. But it's not. It has nothing to do with it. It has everything to do with continuing to groom and brainwash a whole society into thinking this is fucking normal behavior.
I mean, they don't
and
call
then
it
we have to feel bad. We have to feel bad because we're like yelling at our parents, kind of like, it's like, how? Why should I feel bad about going to the room where you fucking, the thing, the room is so small. It was like my heart got, like I was like going in strong, and then it was like my heart was just like, God, it's so small. Like that's what we were given, was just so small
and creepy. I mean,
and
just
creepy,
imagine,
and
like,
the small and the creepy elevator
with the paint and the carpet and all of that. Okay, we could be there. Thank God for that. Thank God, because but you could just feel the vibe of what remained, what this hotel housed for. How many decades were they there? Raising kids at alarming sizes. You guys, everybody in Scientology has kids. This idea there's no kids in Scientology, almost all Scientologists have kids. Almost all of them. Oh, one over there, two over there, three over there, four over there. Then they marry between each other. Then one has there. The kids everywhere. Everybody's marrying and divorcing and cross-breeding between each other because that's one of the perks at the hotel. Get hooked up with someone that thinks like you. So that's another little perk. So not just kids, like other people, other adults there.
Mm-hmm. And then you see other kids only see the other kids Scientologists in there. So they just assume this is normal. This is the world.
Well, and that's the thing that makes it so normal, because you're like, well, it cannot be wrong if there's all these kids around me. Like,
and the adults, some of the parents of the kids, of the children would be the adults demanding and telling us what to do. So I go, oh, well, that's Benjamin's mom, or that's Nathan Sterling's mom. So if she's spanking me, that's normal. It's probably what my mom would be doing. So it normalized everything in all the ways. And other kids would just say, literally being like, come on, Laura, don't be banky. Otherwise, you're going to get in trouble. Like my friends would be telling me this as a child. Like, look, we don't want you to get spanking anymore. We know you can handle it. Because I would be so angry at the adults. And I would be like, I would just be like, fine, I don't give a fuck. I would just start swearing, and they'd be like, that's another one. That's another one. And I would just start not caring. And the other kids would see, they would feel bad for me. They were saying, please stop.
It was full-blown sadistic. I mean, we're talking about spanking a child hard with evil intentions. I mean, God forbid you touch someone in a street. You could be, oh, you just assaulted. You know what I mean? Like, literally, God forbid you touch an LAPD cop. If you just literally go like this, you could be like hit with assault. But over there, all manner of randoms that landed inside of those hotels, because they call themselves the Captain Cadet Org of the Cadet Org, whatever the hell bullshit title they came up. They were infantile. They were playing an infantile game. These people were running hotels filled with kids, entitling themselves to complete unfeathered access, which all Scientology parents gave. So before you go, oh, I didn't give it, you gave it. And literally, it took all of you agreeing the same stupidity. Because you know what? It didn't just happen by accident. Like, your mom was influenced by the other mom, by the other. We all do it. Okay, great. Then it must not be illegal. They did tell us here that have great lawyers and we're doing everything legal. Bullshit. You're doing everything illegal. You're doing everything wrong. You're committing felonies at a rate faster than no one could even prosecute. Literally every day, more felonies, more felonies. Every day there's felonies being committed inside those rooms as kids get held against their will. Let's start with that little felony.
And then they have people, so then they have children who are held against their will. And then they have them training them to do the illegal actions before they even know that they're doing the illegal actions. So then they have minors doing the illegal actions. So they're doing them by the time they're still past 21, 24, 25, 30. They're doing things that, and then those children now today are seeing those people that were doing this shit when they were fucking 16. They don't know that. They just see an adult 45 saying, yes, this is totally normal. Get your TRs in. Just confront it. Knock it off.
Yeah.
It's just that fucking obvious. It's been 75 years now that Scientology has been throwing all these dumb, fake fucking events, all these things over all these years. 75 years. There have been 50 years of grooming then of children of that are now adults. I'm almost 40. It's like there's children, and we see people when we're protesting with fucking kids. We have a picture. I have a picture of a fucking chick literally with 2 kids, 12 years old, sisters, saying that they just completed their happiness survival rundown. That means they're already up to that. That means they've done TRs. They've done the TRs and objectives. They've done method. They've done so much already. That's why that's so disgusting. That's when we say, if you see children and their mother fucking holding them, being so proud while they're holding their big cert, the freaking survival rundown on the bridge to total freedom, that means they've already done all of the grooming. They already are being told this is normal. It made me so mad. I just saw that.
No way of knowing any different, you guys. The grooming through the word salad of the convicted felon lands because it lands. Because unfortunately, they tell you, they groom you with the bullshit. Oh, yeah, we're going to teach you to study technology. If you have one word you don't understand, you're stupid. So you better learn every word, because if they check the definition, if you don't know the definition, then you're an idiot, you're stupid, and you need to clear the definition. And they try to gaslight you and manipulate you with all of that bullshit. Oh, you really need to clear this definition. You really need to clear this other definition. And that's how they're manipulating the kids. That's how they're like enjailing them. When we say prison of belief, I mean prison of belief, prison of grooming.
Literally.
Not prison of belief. It's prison of grooming from A to Z. And the grooming is happening because the adults are going on and doing it on the kids. All Scientology mothers are okay with it. All Scientology fathers are okay with it. No one is not okay with it. No one says rein it back. No one says, what the fuck are we doing? No one gives a fuck. They just could not care any less. They don't want to be told they're wrong. They don't want to be told they fucked up. They don't want to be told. Oh, don't tell me anything. I know better. L. Ron Hubbard did tell me. Well, a convicted felon is running your life. So if a convicted felon is running your life, what type of life are you really leading? What type of choices that you're consulting with a convicted felon? What did he say in the book to do? Oh, yeah, lock up the child against his will. Let's really make him go clear. How stupid can anyone be?
And the whole separating your mind thought, like your process of thinking like, oh, if I'm doing something wrong or whatever wrong is, right? So being gay is wrong. It's disgusting, right? So it's like you're separating the whole technology, the whole poisoning of Scientology is like separating who you are, and then thinking whatever the things here are bad or good. You're literally like not even in your own life. You're not even in your own life. You're literally working on things that you have been fucking programmed to think this is right, this is wrong, and now work on the things that are wrong. So you're
reactive
literally
mind,
analytical mind, yeah.
My case, my whole track,
the bank. Stop being banky.
My series, my earlier similar.
Yeah, go. Yeah.
My overrun, my outlist. My OT powers, my roller coaster, my no case gain. All manner of definitions of word salad pitched by a convicted fucking felon. How stupid can anyone fucking be. And yes, we're swearing because you know what? That's how the fuck they were talking to us inside of the fucking hotel.
Literally, so if anyone like has
a problem that we say fuck a lot, go ask those adults that seem to think everyone was having a religious experience. Why the fuck they were using the F word every other fucking time? They were fucking pissed about, oh, you didn't complete your fucking course? Then literally, why the fuck are you putting problems on an executive lines? Who the fuck do you think you are to not want to clear the planet? Go fucking to the RPF. Go get fucking sec checked. That's the literal tone level. And the more they did that, oh, look, that one's real ruthless. That one's real L. Ron Hubbard. That one's really following the policies of the convicted felon. Because you know what? That's how you really talk. That's how you really get the respect of people. Being a complete, entitled, disgusting degenerate full of yourself on a power trip from hell. Calm the fuck down already. Literally, calm the fuck down. You're not superior. You didn't gain anything. You gain a bunch of bullshit definitions that are such bullshit that would be embarrassing for you to start realizing how bullshit they are. Because then you'll start realizing the type of legal liability you are bringing onto yourself. Stop pointing the finger at David. Every single one of you that is doing the felonies on your children cannot point to David. Point at yourselves. David didn't bring Laura. Laura's mom brought herself there. Was she told a lot of things? Sure. Was my mom told a lot of things? Yes. But you know what? They did an adult choice to say, oh, you know what I really need to do? Be in this cult and give birth to my child. And then just dump him there fully neglected. Let him know that they're worth nothing to me other than a problem. And, you know, let me teach him a lot of disgusting words that a convicted felon is pitching me are totally against my best interest, but never mind. I left my critical thinking skills outside of the hotel because I did get told, don't bring your critical thinking skills to the hotel. How pathetically stupid can anyone be? That's how stupid this is. It's beyond any comprehension of levels of stupidity, of idiocy, of willful evil, because it's called everything was premeditated. Everything was known. Everybody knew. So before everybody, oh, but they must have plausible deniability. They don't. They have none. Because they did everything fully recorded, fully transcribed, fully put in a PC file, in an ethics file, in a student file, in a personnel file, in a central file, all manner of files that corroborate each other. For the intelligence operation that is being done, like this woman here, Gail Armstrong, Miss, oh, I'm part of the intelligence of Scientology, the junior of Mike Literal Rinder. Gail Armstrong. What should we do, sir? The press is really talking, you know, about Lisa and the fact that she's literally dead. What should we lie with that they're going to just type up for themselves like the idiots that they are? As if Mike Rinder didn't already tell us, you know, when Leah pushed back, we just covered this. When Leah's like, well, yeah, but what does the media do this, Rinder? Well, you know, because, you know, if this person said this and then we just write a piece of shit that's a complete bold-faced lie, then they just type. And then they just have to type both. And then you know what? Nobody knows. Nobody knows anything because nobody inspects anything. Nobody investigates anything. Everything's just a bunch of glib, superficial bullshit.
Yeah. And this ex-witness, you ask you ask questions a lot, but I don't know if you're just, I don't know. Anyways, I'm going to answer this question. Laura, were you friends with Emily Armstrong? Yes. Was I friends as a brainwashed child Scientologist, baby born and raised under the literal guidance of Emily Armstrong's mother and people like her, like my parents who were executives enforcing these beliefs constantly and approving and like going by any illegal activity as long as it was approved by the executives above them? That was my friend Emily, whose mother does this, who pretends that she's just this girl who plays guitar and look, oh, I know I'm not that good. I'm not like a great singer. Bullshit, you PR fucking lying bitch. That is a manipulative Emily Armstrong. She is still that person in denial as a child baby Scientologist. If you were born in any other way, Emily Armstrong, you would not be denying what the fuck happened to you as a child and what still happens to you now, today, in the way that you think, in the cult behavior that you are in right now, being so fucking obsessed with the music industry that you have to prove to who that you have to be some fucking huge star when you can't even speak about your own fucking childhood. Who the fuck are you gonna be as an example to anybody that gives a fuck about living in this life? Who the fuck are you gonna be? Chester did that, expressing him fucking self in his cults. And you're gonna sit here try to do that? No, we won't let you. Fuck that shit. How the fuck would Emily ever say that she had nothing to do with Scientology when everything that she does, big or small, has to be approved or clarified through people that are all Scientologists or Sea Org members, including your mother? So anyways, that's my answer to were you friends with Emily Armstrong? And maybe we still could be friends if she could fucking own her voice and actually speak about this shit. And maybe go get some therapy instead of having a fucking field auditor auditing your ass to continue to stay in your brainwashed state. That would be better for Linkin Park to have a singer like you to do. Yes. Sorry.
And again, it's about being powerful on purpose. She has all the tools in the world to snap to reality, a reality that is not our opinion. We're not discussing an opinion. We're not discussing, what Serge and Laura want. Bullshit. Illegal activities are illegal activities. Crimes against children are crimes against children. Being a child bride factory, like these hotels offer up to all their members, forget about the mail order bride. There's a child bride happening in those hotels. Child bride mail order. Oh, you want a child bride? Well, sign this 5-year contract. Never mind. You could go get married, for 2.5-year contract. You don't even have to sign the billion-year contract. As we already know, this is literally happening as of recently from the interview that was done with Samantha, I believe is her name.
It's so gross. It's so gross to walk into an awesome venue or a club or going to perform at a show and hearing some a new version of a Linkin Park song. And I'm just kind of like, what the fuck is this? Like, no, we're going to call it out on everybody. And I'm sorry, Emily, if this hurts your fucking feelings, but guess what? We could actually be better friends. We can actually be more real to each other if you would fucking sit back and listen and think about what the fucking kids of the same shit that you went through that you're still under. That you can't breathe.
It's a moment to confront the truth. That's all that's being asked. We're not asking for, Mount Vesuvius to move to another fucking planet. We're literally telling you, you know what? Reconcile the facts, reconcile the truth. You have tons of attorneys at your fingertips, tons of, outside people counsel you to reality. Get a hold of those. Get a hold of those and figure out who the fuck your mother really is and what type of role she's playing in this wide-ranging child trafficking racketeering scheme. When everyone's coordinating in a coordinated conspiracy to move children across state lines, to move children across international waters, to marry them off to whoever, really feels like having a tootie with them. Because that's all it took. Oh, I want a 2D with that one. Oh, yeah, let me make her fall in love with me. Oh, I have so much ARC. I met you in another lifetime, didn't I? Great. Don't you want to marry me now? That's how easy it was for these people to approach us. So for anybody that's wondering, oh, well, maybe everyone was really religious and appropriate. They couldn't have been more disgusting. They couldn't have been more lacking boundaries. Common sense, mind you. We're not asking for much. We're literally asking for why the F were you crossing all boundaries, purporting that we were adults? How the fuck sick could you possibly be? And then go, oh no, but we're superior. We're superior than everyone else. Don't worry about it.
there were people like Andreas Rodriguez, who were the case supervisors, who would literally know every fucking detail about whoever he wanted to. He
Now,
had the ability
Andreas
to.
was an abuser.
That's what I'm saying. And he would
literally
ask me, he was flowing, he was literally fucking giving me the flow, doing all that. And he was, and later I thought I honestly, when it was happening, I was like, I felt weird, but I felt, wow, maybe this is what growing up is like, receiving flows that I just have to deal with. But, you know, he must respect me enough. And here this guy has read everything about me, has read anything. So he like the discussingness of later being like, oh, hey, let's get you back in session. Even when I saw him later, when I had left the Sea Org, for him to have this concept and this walking around with this like smile and this like presence, like he's some like godly like executive, when he's literally a fucking pedophile. That was the norm. He could just pick up any fucking child's folder and have a reason somehow to be the case supervisor for their case. You don't think like a predator wouldn't absolutely become a case supervisor so that he could fucking feel entitled over everybody around him?
They
to
were
a degree.
masturbating to the worksheets. They were
literally
masturbating to the videos. They would watch videos of this and masturbate to it. And everybody goes with the puritanical culture. Oh, but we really addressed it with our ethics cycles. And yes, as children, we're like, I guess there is an ethics cycle. I mean, they acted real pressed when this would come up. Don't get it twisted that, you know, because they'll be like, no, but we were all about the ethics. What were the fuck ethics? What the fuck were you doing? Like, you couldn't be more infantile pitching you're doing ethics inside of a hotel. When you get told, when all of these things are going on, when everyone's watching it, when everyone's overseeing it, when everyone's being CC'd on it, when everyone's knowing everything that is happening at that hotel 24 hours, there's no room where they are not have eyes and ears and people checking and seeing. So there is
if you're standing in the hallway in a hotel room floor, and I know this because I was a cleaner at one point, and then I was also in CMO. So I knew if you were standing in the hallway too long, security would page you and be like, what's going on? Back to work. There's a camera on every floor. There's a camera in every room. There's a camera in the elevator. There's a camera when you walk out of the elevator. They can see you in every nook and craning. So leaving isn't really like leaving. You're literally escaping mentally so that they can leave you alone when you try to leave before you get out, before you decide something else, because you almost don't have your own fucking thought under control. It's every step of the way. It's whether you're an executive or whether you're a fucking cleaner, if you're being demoted to a chef, or, you know.
Yeah. And they didn't have the cameras inside the literal bathroom, but on the hallway to the
bathroom.
outside.
Yeah. Right outside the bathroom. I'm not kidding. Right outside the bathroom.
When you went in and when you went out.
They would need to know when you went in and when you went out. And they would need to know, they found people sleeping in the bathrooms all the time. And they would know because
the bathroom. I mean, we were desperate, you guys. We were so tired. We were so malnourished. We were so tired. We were so, you know, our nervous system was in total shock. You would always be told, you know, we're going to put heads on a pike this week. Your stats are down. Heads are going to roll. And that's how they would speak to you. Like, you literally felt like you were going to die because they were going to humiliate you at the staff meeting, where they were going to go, oh, this person did this horrible out to D this week. And then everybody gets told. That's why don't believe this bullshit that nobody knows. The problem with all of them is that they all know up to their neck and ears. We were
singing this in the hotel. We were literally singing this last. Yeah.
The executive,
everybody knows.
The supervisors, the ethics officers, the staff members, the FSMs, the public, the mission staff, every single level knows. That's the whole bullshit of this grooming. They want to get you in by getting groomed and being like, oh yeah, you're just part of us. You're just like us. And as soon as that person identifies as them, They know they have sunk their claws in them.
Yeah.
And they're just literally controlling, remote control with their word salad. You're about to get a liability. You're about to get demoted. You're about to be a degraded being. You're about to be sent to clean maggots. You're about to be removed off posts. You're about to get a COMEV. You're about to be downgraded. You're about to get a court of ethics. You're about to get bypassed by the RTC rep. There's so many ways that they can tell you that they're going to be violating you. And you cannot say no. You cannot say, I'm sorry. What did you just say? No, there's no pushback. You're allowed. You cannot have a shred of pushback. You're a full-blown slave child being told to call this disgusting idiot, sir. Randoms in a hotel, role-playing with a military uniform that they didn't earn, that they didn't deserve, that they were using to pitch themselves as what? As important. Because they're degenerates on a role play. Infantile degenerates. Oh, I'm really gonna save a world with these bars here. Oh yeah, let me audit you. Let me really pull your withhold. Let me really float your needle. And then all of a sudden the felony will disappear and everyone's gonna have a wonderful time at this hotel. As long as the IRS is also gonna give us that, little tax break, because we really do need it. Now that we gave them 100 grand, we really gonna want that. That's why this is a millionaires club, you guys. All these people that are, Scientology is about to shut down. They don't need to shut down. They don't need people. Don't give an F about people. They have millionaires that, it's all a Ponzi. Like, who is going to help where, who, what? That's it. It's simple. It's not complicated. It's all these people that have tried to make it so complicated. Oh, it's so complicated. And the law and the this and the that. The law has a credibility crisis right about now. If a convicted felon that wrote degenerate, disgusting, indefensible rhetoric on pieces of paper is going to be called an American bred god, double check what type of laws are really in the book. Not really the problem of the law, because the law is clear as fuck. You fuck with children, you're committing felonies. That's what the law says. Never mind that for some reason everyone's playing dumb and it's like, oh no, it was not called a felony, it was called a religious experience. Didn't you have a religious experience? No, children did not have any shred of religious experience being abused and being told that they are the reason that the world is disgusting because they just contaminated the world with another reactive mind because you took the body, you floated around. I mean, imagine that's what she was told. Laura, oh, you floated here. You picked this. If you're going to complain about your childhood, well, you picked it. You picked us. Like our parents would tell us that you picked us.
Yep.
Oh, you floated, you came into us, and you should be so lucky because, not a lot of people have had access to this technology, It's really going to be saving a world. You have no idea how much it's going to save it. And as a child, you're like, what the fuck is anyone even talking about?
And how many times, yeah, and oh my God, I went back to the, we come back in the Sea Org. One of their mottos is we come back. So it's always like, well, you'll come back next lifetime. And, we come back. You go finish that thing out in the world and then come back. We come back. It's just so gross. There's no other way. It's like people say, oh, well, what did they do when it's all the time, 24/7, all the time. You literally know when the camera's watching. You literally know when you're, and then you're so focused on like fun things, like the dumbest things, like making sure your uniform looks nice because you just want to at least have a nice uniform. So you do little things to try to like wear shoes that weren't totally uniform, but they're like sort of some. It's just to be comfortable and nice. So you start molding into this little abusive fucking world that that there's no, let alone being born and raised in it. There's no like to be out talking about it and to see. Is why you go back to Emily and you're like, this is how somebody doesn't even know themselves as being like a plant, somebody who's being groomed and nourished so that she could be the new future singer that will promote Scientology. How are you a natural fucking cool artist that way? What the hell? How is that? Like, that is disgusting. You literally are furthering the problem that happened to you, Emily Armstrong. And then you're hiding behind a fucking dope ass band that was a dope ass band. I don't know so much anymore. I think the fucking,
it's giving cult. It's giving another cult. Yeah. It's giving this music industry. P. Diddy. I mean, Is it all just the same shit with a different air freshener? I mean, really, you think about it. Like, why is P. Diddy all about the video cameras? And then, oh my God, Scientology is all about the video cameras too, in ways that nobody even understands the way these people have surveilled inside of their hotels and commercial buildings. They make P. Diddy look like stupid Mary Poppins, to be honest, because these people have videos literally up every nook and cranny. They literally are so proud of that, you guys. They would tell us all the time, oh, we just put another $15,000 to the security equipment, you guys, and look, we just got another video here and another camera here. They would boast this as progress. Oh, we're making progress. We're really secure. We really know if anyone's coming, don't you worry about it. We're going to keep you so safe at the hotel. But also, yeah, don't try to escape, because, you know, we're also going to find out real quick. So they were always doing that double security. Like, oh, no one can get to us, but also don't let anyone escape, because wire fences, like motion detectors, cameras everywhere. Like, oh yeah, we really want to be protect. What are you protecting? You cannot afford to be seen what the fuck you're doing inside of the hotel. Stop being pathetic, infantile degenerates. All Scientology people, all of them need to wake the F up. It's not funny. It's not like, oh yeah, you can do it if you want. That's not what it's called. This idea that, oh, but if they want to, I mean, they can just do it. It's like, yeah, if they would have made the club 21 and up, no one would give an F. We would have no community. We'd have nothing to talk about. If everyone wants to go in there and wants to, you know, whatever in the hell you want to do to yourself there, go and do it already. Just leave the motherfucking kids alone. They don't deserve it. They don't have a way of understanding what in the hell you're doing. Stop grooming your bullshit word salad. It's not okay.
Literally. So, yeah, here we are being the children, being our free little spirits. We're being more childish today than we've ever been able to be allowed to be. Yet we still have to be our adult selves, because we're still adults now. So, but now we are able to be the voice that we could not, nobody never was for us. And now we get to do it for other people while still also healing and being the voice for ourselves. So yeah,
that needs to be called out. That's all, you know,
yeah.
And we need to call it out every day. If we're still not understood, okay, well, let's tell it again. The truth corroborates itself. The problem is alive and well. We have the testimony. We have the situation. We're healing ourselves through art. We're putting our efforts into creativity. We're putting our efforts into moving forward, because the art is the answer. The art is a way to communicate a problem that has been ignored. So, you know, that's all we can do. That's all we can hope to do. I mean, we cannot change the past. We cannot change anything that happened to us. It doesn't work that way. And again, all kids that grew up in Scientology are being invited, you know, to step it up. I mean, including Emily. Any day you could step it up. Any day you could get your ethics actually in and really actually understand what in the hell you're still promoting, because you know that you're promoting the wrong thing, Emily. That's not breaking news to you. You have to make a lot of adjustments in your life. We'll make them. Is it going to be hard? Yeah. How the fuck do you think our life has been for the last 10 years? No one said it would be easy. If you've been abused your whole life, if you've been lied to your whole life, it's not going to be easy. That we can guarantee you. It's not going to be easy. The one thing we can guarantee you is the road ahead of you is going to be the hardest years you ever even known, because the anesthesia will wear off. And then you're going to have to like, damn. Yeah. And you're going to have to do this all without the anesthesia. You'll have doctors, you'll have therapists, but, you know, and it will be very helpful to have that, people that actually have a literal ethics, vested interest in doing better for you, something that's never been afforded to you, given the fact that you've just been pawned off to a hotel where, you know, they don't give an F. They have no ethical responsibility to do good for you. In fact, they can F you and tell you it's your fault and you pulled it in. So imagine the level of power dynamic imbalances that are really existing here, you guys, because that's what's being denounced. Again, you know, we sound like broken records, but fine, we'll sound like the broken record that we are then, because the fact is, you know, if there's no ethics change, then there is no ethics change. That's what they told us at the hotel. Where's the product? Where's the kids out of the hotel? Then you haven't accomplished shit. And figure it out. Because you know what? The kids are still there. They're still in danger. Nothing has changed. Nothing. Zero. Yep. I mean, you know, as survivors of this bullshit, it's like, yeah, it's hard. It's hard to even understand how, now that we really know, now that we understand, in what world is everyone pretending that this is still hard to figure it out? Like, you know, blame it on us. It's like, we figured it out for y'all. That's it. It's not make wrong. It's the facts. The facts are the facts. The facts are disgusting. No one has good facts on their side. If you were touched by Scientology, you have our entire ruined family tree. This shit contaminates and it's a virus and it crawls up everywhere in your family tree. Every generation gets it. The next generation worse, because they'll go, well, if my grandma was here and my parents are here, then it must really mean that I'm this. Children are naturally grooming themselves, adopting to where they're coming from. And sure, I mean, I get it that everybody was born like that, but not in this situation. Not in this situation where all odds are up against you, stacked against you, because technology dictated who our parents were. Your mom could have been a beautiful, wonderful mom, Laura, and so could have mine. And if the technology of the convicted felon wasn't sprinkled all over our childhood, maybe there were inklings of our mothers that we did see and we did connect. Thank fucking God, because I do have memories, selective threads, you know, that kept me alive through that time. Thank God that there were like semblances of them disconnecting from the stupidity. Like when she did fucking finally get the memo that, you know, I almost killed myself, like maybe I need to leave. And I literally saved them, you know, and I felt like she was good for a while. But then once they start getting the word salad back to them, you guys, they go nuts. They completely are disassociated with reality. They go into this like superficial, like everything's great and we're winning and everything's wonderful. It's like, it's just regurgitated over and over. They're telling themselves this, but it's like disgusting, because it's like they couldn't be more disgusting. Like, and it's like, it's sad. It's so sad. It's so,
it's sad. It's shitty. And then we reverse it on us. Like, or I do. It feels like I put it on me. Like, how could you treat me like that? Like, not just me. How could you treat a little baby that was me? How could you do that? I didn't want that. That wasn't the best. Like, my mom and dad just chose to do whatever.
I'm sorry, Lara, that wasn't bare minimum. That's the problem. Like, you know what? We would have done with bare minimum. I'm fine. Like, you know, lots of kids didn't get the greatest childhood. Like, yeah, we know that, you know, children can be abused in every corner. That's the facts of life. But here is, we're advocating for kids that are not given the bare minimum. And it's just that. That's the advocacy needed. Kids deserve the literal bare minimum and deserve advocates that can just at least advocate for that. Don't take their humanity away. Don't steal their innocence. Don't tell them they're adults. Don't subject them to disgusting audits, purifications, disgusting things that you all know are disgusting. This is not breaking news to any of them. It's like, oh, well, I thought the audits were so child safe. Double check if you really think that, or if you're just being so disgusting thinking like,
but people, right, but people thinking like that are groomed because they did the fucking communication course thinking, oh, this would be great for all kids. They don't even see that the basics of Scientology are the beginning of the programming and normalizing everything. Okay. Anyway, so speaking of all of this, we do have a show November 27th at El Cid on Sunset. It's at 6 p.m., I believe, maybe 6:30. I think 6 p.m. But come there, 6 p.m. We're going to have, it's a Friendsgiving. It's the day before Friendsgiving. It's on Wednesday, November 27th. Here, I'm going to show you the flyer. I did. Thank you, Heather, for supporting and making this for me. I can bring it up right here, I believe. We'll be there. It's going to be really sweet and a sort of 50s sort of wedding, obviously. No more child brides kind of feel, and very light and sort of, I don't know. I don't want to say family, but I just like family chill, like very like non-family. I'm saying this coming from family, meaning like close friends, people who don't have family and are like, oh shit, well, I'm not going to visit my family. And some people who just have family that you're not going to go see, but please come join us. Come be with us. Come be in that space. Let me show you this sweet flyer. Has all the information here. Present. Let me see if I do this right. Share screen. Okay, good. Here we go. Bam. Can you guys see that? Yeah. So there's all that here. Let me make it better. Yeah. So you can see it all there. It's at El Cid. It's Friendsgiving with Lara FM. It's on the 27th of November, 2024. The tickets right now are $15 and then they're $20 at the door. This is actually an 18 and up venue. So if you have an 18-year-old, please come. This would be freaking awesome for them to come. Whoever you want. This will be very sweet, very loving. We're expressing ourselves in a very soft, beautiful way. And also just being really thankful for the Lara FM support, the people that support all of us in the anti-Scientology community coming out of all of this. It's kind of that vibe. So please join us. Come join us. I'm going to post this right now after this live stream on my Instagram. It's at El Cid. The doors open at 5 o'clock and our show time is at 6:30. Okay, there you go. We go on exactly at 6:30. So all the address, everything's here. You can Venmo, you can send all the ways to pay for tickets. You guys know how to do it. You can always go to Lara.fm. And yeah. So I love you guys. Thank you. I'm going to just pull some of these chats. This is from Corinda. Corinda says, Lara, tell Serge to come out to my place for some healing and relaxation. You come too. You know how it is. Love you all. Me and Jason Spallino, we go and hang out with Corinda. Oh my God, Corinda Bobinda. Did you mean to do that? OMG WTF. Let me tell you about Corinda. And Corinda actually is a big fan of Dead Sarah and loves Emily and the band and all that and would love to see them grow out of this. And she's seen me and she's been way back in the day when we played Pershing Square in downtown Los Angeles opening for a Flock of Seagulls. And that's how I got to know Flock of Seagulls. But she was there, part of that whole thing. She worked at Pershing Square. And she's been a fan of Dead Sarah and of the whole, and she's seen us all grow. And I'm sure she would love to see that, would love to see Emily come out of this and Susie and all of them. And it's deep, deep, deep programming. It's deep child trauma grooming programming. And that's why we're saying no more kids in Scientology. We can't do this. Thank you, Corinda Bobinda. You must be smoking that ganja, being very loving tonight with your chats. Very sweet. Thank you, Cher Witch, you absolute awesome, beautiful child, babe. I'm so glad you came to the show. Thank you so much. I'm so glad you had a good time and even stayed as long as you did. And I'm so glad that my friends and everybody there were so sweet to you. You are so sweet. You deserve to be sweet, be treated sweetly too. And we love you. Thank you so much. She says, my heart absolutely breaks for you guys. What you went through, no child should ever have to endure. Sending you both love and hugs. Always keep fighting. You are stronger than you think. Thank you with all that. And you did this again. You guys and your double cuteness is just sweet. Thank you guys so much. Thank you, Serge, so much. You angel babe. We're gonna stay tuned. That's the show. I just popped it up here. I'm gonna put it all up on Instagram. This is all the information. So be there. That literally is coming up, I guess, in a week, in like a few days, week and a half, not even. The 27th November. And then stay tuned for very soon for fun little pop-ups that Serge and I will be doing, and a bunch of other people will be joining us and getting the word out on no more child brides. Kids cannot consent. No more kids in Scientology. We don't want it. The world doesn't want it. We didn't like it. Nobody likes it. And yeah, that's all. And on that note, love you guys so much. Have a beautiful night. I send you out with Singing in My Head.
searching for the right child. Somebody is telling you what's right. Now you're going to have to decide what you're gonna do the next step you take.